continuation of the rain-shortened game, we will start with no outs in the bottom of the third inning, with Andre leading 1-0. As this is a continued game, here are the lineups. They are amended versions of the lineup the game suspended with. First, let's meet the lineup for the visiting Andre Chiefs. In the leadoff position, the second baseman, number 12, Emmanuel Rosado. Batting second, the designated hitter, number 69, Teddy Zuba. Batting third, the right fielder, number 10, Anthony Perry. Batting cleanup and playing shortstop, number 61, Hector Payo. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 43, Ruben Rodriguez Jr. Batting sixth and catching, number 25, Byron Woodman. Batting seventh, playing center field, number 1, Nolan Lopes. Batting eighth in left field, number 14, Jonathan Matos. Batting ninth and playing third base, number 35, Ryan Beret. And back on the mound for the Chiefs, number 51, A.J. Rourke. Wait, that was the one that I rewrote over. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Sweet. If you need me to write it back down, I got you. And now here is the amended continued lineup for your Lexington Blue Sox. Leading off and playing third base, number 53, Jake McElroy. Batting second, the right fielder, number 46, David Vanderzowen. Batting third, the center fielder, number 33, Nick Anderson. Batting cleanup, number 29, the first baseman, Justin Boslin. Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 36, Dom Gabardi. Batting sixth, the extra hitter wearing number 18, Joe Auger. Batting seventh, wearing number 7, the catcher, Max Dushny. Batting eighth and playing shortstop, number 11, Charlie Walsh. Batting ninth, the designated hitter, number 20, Andrew Salima. And batting 10th and playing second base, number 2, Anderson Jimenez. On the mound for the Blue Sox, number 27, Matt Draper. Fans, we remind you to stick to the tenets of sportsmanship while enjoying today's games. We default to the umpiring crew on any and all decisions in terms of ejection, and the crew's decision is final. Additionally, we ask that you remain aware of any balls, bats, and other objects that can be put out of play. Thank you for your time. Gentlemen, the field is yours, and whenever we are ready, without further ado, let's finish this game and play ball.
Yeah, can we finish the game is the question, with another storm cell potentially en route to Worthen Road. Center field here at Lexington High School for the continuation of that rained-out game from, June 18th between the Lexington Blue Sox and the Andre Chiefs, the top two teams in the ICL. Chiefs at 18-4, the Blue Sox at 15-4-1. We are going to start this game. The bottom of the third, 1-0 will be the Chiefs leading the Blue Sox, and that's the score. And that was the score of the first game we completed between these two teams, 1-0 the Chiefs, a game that was actually the last one that the Chiefs, that the Blue Sox lost. The Chiefs have yet to lose a game in July, and the Blue Sox coming off a multi-record setting 20-0 drubbing of the base at that little custom Diamond Dynasty stadium known as West Roxbury High School the other night. We'll get to those records later on. But Sam Feely here with you, ready to bring you the play-by-play story. Again, the Blue Sox trailing the Chiefs 1-0, going to the bottom of the third. Some changes for both teams due to player availability to continue this game. The Blue Sox, as I said, haven't lost since that loss to the Chiefs. They've won 3 in a row over ADSL 6-1, Al Thomas 5-4, and the base 20-0. The Blue Sox loss to the Chiefs is the only loss they've had in July. Technically, this game could count as a June loss for the Blue Sox, but that win by the Chiefs over the Blue Sox 1-0 back on July 15th snapped a 6-game winning streak for the Blue Sox, yet the Chiefs, that was just a drop in the bucket there, and one like the closest game they have played in this tear they've been on the month of July. They've won only one other game in this winning streak by 1 run, and that was over the Expos on Tuesday, July 2nd. That was the second win in this winning streak. They've won every game they've played in July. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They have won 13 in a row, including beating East Boston 13-2 on Friday, Palmer 20-6 on Thursday, and the EI Braves 10-1 on Wednesday. So, do we have another low-scoring battle ahead of us between the Blue Sox and the Chiefs, or are the Chiefs going to pull away as this game progresses? The Chiefs are taking the field because, remember, we're going into the bottom of the third to resume this game with A.J. Rourke, who was the pitcher for the Chiefs when that game got suspended, taking the mound. So here's the starting lineup that quote-unquote starting lineup that A.J. Rourke is going to face. Jake McElroy is going to lead it off at third base, taking over in John Luter's spot, followed by David Vanderzauwen in right, taking over in Austin Mazel's slot. Nick Anderson in center, taking over in Julian Alvarez's slot. Justin Bosland at first, taking over in Mitch McCabe's slot. Dom Gabardi in the left, taking over in Ben Leonard's slot. Joe Augers, the extra hitter, in John Carlos Ramirez's slot. That's Max Dushny behind the plate, Charlie Walsh at short, Andrew Salima, the DH, and Anderson Jimenez at second. Good to have Anderson back. Talked to him before the game. Stuff. Our thoughts and prayers with him and O'Neill and the rest of his family after had to leave the game to attend to a family emergency, and got to take it day by day is what we agreed there. We'll give you the Andre lineup later on, but again, A.J. Rourke getting this resuming this game on the mound for the Chiefs. And Matt Draper, by the way, is going to take over on the mound for the Blue Sox. It was Chris Wannett who had started that game.
Back on the mound for the Chiefs, number 51, A.J. Rourke, and leading off the bottom of the third inning. Shortstop, number 11.
Chris pitched 3 innings on Wednesday in the 20-0 Mercy Rule shortened win over the base. And I don't think 3 innings would necessarily wouldn't necessarily make him too tired to continue to pitch here, but I guess he's not available anyway. So Draper, perfectly capable hand, taking over pitching duties. But here we go, the bottom third. It's Charlie Walsh leading things off. We resume play at 8:02 with a strike. It is 0-1. So Charlie Walsh now at shortstop. It'll be Walsh, Salima, and Jimenez due up here in the bottom of the third. Rourke delivers, and off the end of the bat, Walsh flares this one into left field, and a diving attempt by the shortstop, nicked off his glove and went to the left fielder. It is a double for Charlie Walsh to lead things off. Fine effort by Hector Peo, nearly came up with the play, not only the day, but maybe the week, month, and year. But it is a leadoff double for Charlie Walsh, and here is Andrew Salima. Kind of weird it's hard to get into the rhythm you usually do when you're starting the game in the bottom of the third. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, absolutely. Leadoff man in scoring position, and Lima's going to try and bunt. He does get it down, and the throw will go to first, and it goes out of play, and the game is tied. Just like that. Well, I guess it is a whole new ball game. E5, yeah, absolutely. It would be a sack and an E5, no RBI.
The second baseman, number 2, Anderson Jimenez.
And here is Anderson Jimenez. And that is high for ball one. Anderson, in his last 5 games, 8 hits. Really been doing a lot better offensively as of late, and glad to have him back in the lineup for this game. A pivotal one in the ICL standings. Hits this one into right center field, and that is going to get down for extra bases into the gap. Salima can walk home. Jimenez hustling his way to third. He's got a triple. Oh, the emotion has got to be flowing through him in this one. 2-1.
The third baseman, number 53, Jake McElroy.
Are you kidding me? I just felt the first couple of raindrops. Dear, umbrellas, please. Well, there will be an RBI on that one. And for now, I guess. Is this your notebook, Chris? Oh, okay. Well.
That's my umbrella too, but I don't have enough
Arms.
I need more arms.
Here, I'll hold that. You go grab yours. Jake McElroy taking over in the leadoff spot. Remember that Blue Sox have lost John Luters. He's listed as inactive on the roster, so that and you know, talking about players who had been on a tear. Luters was certainly that until his injury. This is behind shortstop Peo looking for it. Got it for out number 1.
The right fielder, number 46, David Vanderzowen.
Well, here is Mrs. Vanderzowen's baby boy with a runner at third and 1 out. All started with a bloop double base. Essential. It's a line drive to the box score. It was kind of like a bloop double there after Peo couldn't make the Superman catch on that pop-up by Charlie Walsh. Eventually came around to score. The E5, the sack by Salima. No RBI, then comes around to score on Jimenez's triple. 0-1 is the count to Vanderzowen. Vanderzowen chops this one foul, and the count will be 0-2. Nick Anderson due up next. He was not in the lineup to begin this game back in June, and he is in Julian Alvarez's spot. So the Blue Sox already subbed out 7 players from the starting 11 in this game. The first 6 hitters plus the pitcher. So, Jules, if you're around, stay home, man. We don't want to get confused. Chopper to third. Throw will come home, and they've got Anderson in a hot box, and he runs out of the baseline for the out. 2 down.
Now batting for the Blue Sox, the center fielder, number 33, Nick Anderson.
So Vanderzowen reaches on the fielder's choice. That's a tough spot there for Jimenez because, like, if you try to go back, that opens you up to just being tagged out and buys more time for a potential inning-ending double play. And Nick Anderson checks his swing, but went around. It is strike 1, 0-1. I guess it's better than either that or a line drive into the third baseman's glove. Inning still alive here for Anderson. Runner goes. Pitches a curveball in there for a strike. Throw down to second is not in time. Stolen base for David Vanderzouw. Runner in scoring position again, but now an 0-2 count to Anderson. Absolutely. That was I think the curveball is the only reason he didn't get him. You throw a fastball there, he's gone, and the inning is over. But it is 0-2 from Rourke to Anderson here. In the dirt, no advance by Vanderzouw in here, and the count will be 1-2. Double, sack bunt, error, and a triple bring home the first 2 runs of the ball game for the Blue Sox. And yes, even though we started at 8, we're already in the third because we're resuming the game that was rained out back in June. Suspended after 2.5 innings. Rourke looks at second and comes home with it. And this will be flared up the middle and a tumbling stop to keep it in the infield and at least prevent Vanderzouw from scoring. But it's an infield single for Anderson. Boy, quite an adventure up the middle of the infield already for the Chiefs tonight.
Now batting for the Blue Sox, the first baseman, number 29, Justin Bosland.
So we'll see if Justin Bosland can cash in here with runners at the corners. And 2 down. Yeah, hadn't yet joined the Blue Sox when this game started. Anderson getting a 1.5 mile drop, and the throw goes into center field, and in to score is Vanderzouw. Anderson's on his way to third, and that throw goes out of play. What is going on, man? An E1 and E8, I would have to say, right? Pitch hadn't even been thrown yet. I call it a stolen base for Anderson there, and then Vanderzouw scores on the E1, and Anderson scores on the E8, right? Yes. Yeah. 4-1 is our score. Yeah, all the runs are. No. Charlie's is earned because even if he hadn't scored on the error, he would have come home on Anderson's triple. Yeah. Salima for sure, yeah. Yeah, there's only 1 earned run in this inning.
I mean, you hate to see it because you almost have the guy out.
No, yeah, I know, right?
And then on the first pitch, yeah, you can never do that again.
And that hit him. So Boz is aboard.
Now batting for the Blue Sox, the left fielder, wearing number 22, Dom Gobardi.
Yeah, I know.
Working for him. We went on that rally the second he opened that umbrella up.
Will you stop it? And now you're going to jinx the Blues. Katrina's trying not to jinx the weather. You're trying not to jinx the Blue Sox. I've all said drinks multiple times. I'm going to need a few after this.
Happy Sunday night.
Speaking of which, Katrina, do you think you could just grab me a bottle of water over there? There is one. Because my throat's already turning into sandpaper. 0-1 is the count to Gobardi. Sunday Night Baseball, the Intercity League variety. It's even more of a mess than the ESPN one. Oh, my goodness. Another one pulling the first baseman off the bag. I'll say this, though. You saw the pop time on the successful stolen base by Vanderzouw. Thank you, dear. Like, wouldn't you? That did not deter the Blue Sox from trying to from running after that, because you saw. Yeah, I know, right? 0-2. Popped up, foul, out of play. We'll do it again. I don't know. Me playing the show, if I see a guy with 90 arm strength, I'm not even sealing with a guy with 85 speed. Does it, though? Unless I'm the one trying to throw the 85 runner out, then, you know. Now, strike 3 called will eliminate the worries for that throw into center field, and that will do it for the third inning, 4-1 Blue Sox.
We now head to the top of the fourth. The score, Lexington Blue Sox 4, Andre Chiefs 1.
No, a little early for that. What am I doing? Hadn't won nothing yet. All right, so as promised, this is the Andre Chiefs lineup they're running out there to resume this game. It is Emmanuel Rosado in the leadoff slot at second base, taking Claudio Simon's place in the lineup. Then Teddy Juba as a DH. Anthony Perry in right field. Hector Peo at short. Ruben Rodriguez at first. Byron Woodman behind the plate. Nolan Lopes in center. Taking over to Luis Tejada's slot in the lineup. Jonathan Matos in left in Joe Bova's slot, and Ryan Beret at third in Nick Valdario's slot. So it'll be Hector Peo to lead things off here in the top of the fourth against Matt Draper, and Draper gets strike 1 in there. So the first 3 innings pitched by Chris Wannett, and now Draper takes over. And Draper gets Peo to swing and miss, and the count will be 0-2. Draper last pitched on July 23rd against ADSL, got the save in 3 innings of work, 1 hit allowed, no runs, and 4 Ks. And a swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Hector Peo, 1 up, 1 down in the top of the fourth. Ruben Rodriguez has scored the only run the Chiefs have in this game all the last month. That is one of the funny things about baseball. Here's a one hopper to short, fire on to first. Oh, the scoop there at first is unsuccessful for Justin Bosland. So it's a short throw to, that should be an E6 that allows Rodriguez to reach.
The catcher, number 25, Byron Woodman.
So the E6 puts Rodriguez on first, and here's the catcher, Woodman, and a single. It's first time up in this game, and he takes a strike, 0-1. Draper on the season, 5-1 with that one save against ADSL. 31 and a third innings, .894 his ERA. He's ahead 0-2 now. 20 hits, 7 runs, 4 of which are earned, walked 8, struck out 37, hit 2 batters, and threw 1 wild pitch. Down and away for ball one. Now, this is actually a bit of a revenge game, maybe, for Draper because he took the loss against Andre on July 15th. 4 1/3 innings, allowing just that one run on one hit, 3 walks. Flared into right field. That's going to stay in the park and be caught for out number 2.
The center fielder, number 1, Nolan Lopes.
So here is Nolan Lopes to try and keep the line moving. Chiefs come into play with a league-leading 348 batting average as a team. But Lopes comes up empty here for strike 1. Lopes playing in his 13th game, 571, 622, 750 is slash line, 1 double, 2 triples, no homers, 10 ribbies, 6 walks to 6 Ks, but he's behind 0-2. 4 steals as well in those 12 games. 4 for 5 against Palmer on July 25th. Hits this one the other way towards the corner and left. That's going to land foul. Do it again at 0-2. Had back-to-back 3-hit games against TJO and Mass Envelope on July 11th and 12th. Another 3-hit game against the Stoneham Sabres on July 1st. Skies this one into right center field, and Mr. Anderson makes the catch for the out. That retires the side. 4-1 Blue Sox halfway home.
On no hits, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base. He heads to the bottom of the 4th with the Blue Sox leading 4-1. Due up for Lexington, Joe Auger, Max Dushny, and Charlie Walsh.
Joe Auger to lead things off here in the bottom of the 4th. A.J. Rourke back out there on the mound for the Chiefs.
The extra hitter, number 18, Joe Auger.
Auger getting his first plate appearance of this ball game in the extra hitter slot for John Carlos Ramirez. And he'll be taken down and away for ball 1. In the 20-0 win the Blue Sox had over the base on the 25th, 3 days ago, Thursday. We'll be in there for strike, 1-1. They set new records. They set a new record for home runs in a game with 6. The previous record was 5 against the Malden Mad Dogs on July 30th, 2021, as it's 1-2 now to Auger. Ryan Grace is the only player who played in both of those games, and he hit the 5th and final home run of that game against the Mad Dogs and the 3rd of the home run for the Blue Sox in the game against the Base. 5-3. Ground out retires Auger for out number 1.
Number 7, Max Dushney.
Here is one of the returnees for the Blue Sox for this game, Max Dushney. And I mean, what a catcher to have offensively and defensively. I mean, he may not be your cleanup hitter, but he is a tough out for the Lexington Blue Sox. And he will stretch out at bats, and he might not even be the league leader in hitting, but he's just a pesky hitter for pitchers to deal with. Is that you, Katrina? No. Wow. Oh, no. Dush only has a 217 batting average, but he's got a 500 on base percentage. He has walked 12 times while striking out just 9. But he's behind 0-2 here. Oh, God. He gets on base. Also has 2 steals, 6 ribbies, scored 5 runs, and as you've all seen, is a rock defensively. Back towards us again. Now. Dush has 8 assists this season behind the plate. Part of a Blue Sox catching core that has been one of the best I think we've ever seen for this club, defensively speaking. And Rourke able to gobble that one up and flip on to first for out number 2.
Now batting for the Blue Sox, the shortstop, number 11, Charlie Walsh.
Well, now it'll be the man who started this party, Charlie Walsh, with his double that was almost a highlight reel catch by Peo in shallow left. I know, right? Ball finds you? I mean, no, but it's not like Miles Reed is still in this game right now, you know. Oh, did you hear thunder? Help. Oof. Well, so many games can be determined by a great pitcher just having one hiccup of an inning. And O'Rourke is one strike away from getting through this 1-2-3, but tough way to resume the game for the Chiefs, certainly, giving up those 4, 3 of those runs being unearned as well. And there you go, a beautiful curveball in there for strike 3 called, and the inning is over. The Blue Sox still lead 4-1 after 4.
No errors, no runners left on base for the Blue Sox in the bottom of the 4th. We head to the top of the 5th inning. Lexington Blue Sox 4, Andre Sheets 1. Leading off the top of the 5th inning, left fielder, number 14, Jonathan Matos.
Jonathan Matos to lead things off for the Andre Chiefs here in the top of the 5th. 8, 9, and 1 due up for Andre against Matt Draper, who misses ball 1. Matos batting in Joe Bova's slot in the left field position, though. And it is 2-0 now to Matos after pretty solid first inning of work by Draper. Bova ended up going 0 for 7. Oh, 0 for 1, rather. 0 for 1 in his time in this game. 2-2. Oh. No. I figured it was the scoreboard controller. What else could it be, right? And from ahead 2-0 to swinging and missing for out number 1 here in the top of the 5th. Here's Ryan Beret.
The third baseman, number 35, Ryan Beret.
So Beret taking over in Nick Valdario's slot in the batting order here, and Beret playing third base. And Beret comes up empty. 4 strike 1. Draper? No, he has been off for 5 weeks.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It feels like he's literally been ripping and roaring.
Oof. 2-1 now to Beret. The Blue Sox continuing the records that they set against the base on July 25th. And thanks, Bruce, for all these numbers. I do wish we had a stat head kind of thing for 400 hitter, though. They hit 3 home runs in the second inning, which is the most the Blue Sox have hit in a single inning since 2006. They've hit 2 in an inning many times. Too many times to really count. 2 down. And the lineup turns over for the new leadoff hitter, Emmanuel Rosado, the second baseman.
The second baseman, number 12, Emmanuel Rosado.
The 20-run winning margin by the Blue Sox is the largest since 2006, breaking the previous record of 18, which was most recently that game against Malden in 2021. Diving, no, unable to stop it at short and into left field for a 2-out base hit for Emmanuel Rosado. And here comes Thaddeus. Well, when you're down 3 runs.
Now batting for the Chiefs, the designated hitter, number 69, Teddy Juba.
You got the right part of the order coming up to try and claw back into this one, and Teddy Juba, who he hasn't already, is very close to breaking the ICL career record for walks drawn in only about 5 or 6 seasons playing in this league. Obviously, he's been playing the game much longer, because in the ICL, relatively short time. 0-1 though, the count to Teddy. Back pick attempt, no! Dush thought he had him. I thought he had him too. And a reprieve there for Juba, as it is 0-2 on the called strike. They nearly got Beret. Rosado. Down low. 1-2. Juba fouls that one off. We'll do it again at 1-2. Juba, his on-base percentage is as good as ever. .521 this season. Career .507. Batting-wise, both average and slug are down. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the side is retired. And the Chiefs are done in the top of the fifth. No runs, one hit, nobody, one left, and we're through 4.5. Can't tell, folks, I'm not in the same rhythm. Resuming the game halfway through. You people mean the world to me. 4-1 Blue Sox after 4.5.
Designated hitter, number 20, Andrew Salima.
Yeah, I know, right? We're Chris and I are just looking at the radar right now to see if how that weird-looking storm cell south of us, like southeast of us, but tracking towards Lexington. You know, will it matter in the end? What matters is that it is now an official game. Hey. For him. And Rourke misses down in 1-1 to Andrew Salima. Lay down a sack bunt, then came around to score after the error allowed him to reach on that sack bunt. For his last time up. That'll be in there for a strike, and the count will be 1-2. Salima, Jimenez, and McElroy due up in the bottom of the fifth for the Blue Sox. 2-2. And some more notes on the game against the Base. They have their most RBIs ever in a game, surpassing a game against the Medford Americans on July 22nd, 2011, 19 on Thursday, 18 back then. Those are the records they set. That's a swing and a miss by Salima for out number 1. Here comes Jimenez.
The second baseman, number 2, Anderson Jimenez.
What an emotional and powerful moment for Jimenez with that RBI triple his last time up, coming back after having to depart last week's game against Al Thomas. Tend to family matters. Grounds this one to the left side, fielded at short, and didn't handle it. E6, well, I don't know, is that an E6 or an E3, do you think? Yeah, well, all right, well, we've seen a couple of short throws from the left side tonight already. That's interesting, but so we'll put, there'll be an E6 that puts Jimenez at first. But anyways, lineup turns over for McElroy. McElroy popped up to short his first time up. The records of the Blue Sox tied. That misses high for ball 1 to McElroy on Thursday. Runs in the game, 20 against Andre. June 15th of last year, in fact. They also tied their record for number of times batting around in a game. They did it in the second inning and the fifth inning on Thursday. They did it against the Mustangs on July 22nd, the Americans, the Medford Americans on July 22nd, 2011, and they did that in the first and second innings. First 2 innings they bat around on the Americans. McElroy into right center field, and this carried it maybe a bit more than the center fielder gave it credit for, but it is caught by the right fielder, and that'll be out number 2 as Jimenez goes back to first base.
Now batting for the Blue Sox, the right fielder, number 46, David Vanderzowen.
And here is Vanderzowen, who reached on an error. Reached on the fielder's choice, my mistake, where they got Jimenez coming home, then stole second, came home to score on an error. Then other single-game performances where the Blue Sox approached the record or finished in the top 5 since 2006. This has popped up at a foul ground and caught for the out there, retires the side. Nice job walking the tightrope there along the out-of-play line by the first baseman Rodriguez to end the inning. And we go to the 6th. 4-1 still for the Blue Sox.
Quickly, we are in the top of the 6th inning. The Lexington Blue Sox 4, DeAndre Sheets 1.
So while the music plays in the background, I'll tell you these other top ranking performances where that game against the base fell. He had 7 extra base hits, a double and 6 homers, just shy of the record of 9 set against the Mad Dogs on July 30th, 2021. Extra base hits in an inning. They had 4 in the second inning, that double, and 3 of the home runs. The record for the Blue Sox is 6 against the Expos at Maplewood on July 26th, 2023. They drew their second most walks in a game, 13. Most they ever drew was 15 against the Somerville Royals on July 30th, 2019. And they racked up the 5th most total bases in a game since 2006 record, again, against the Mad Dogs, 37 on July 30th, 2021. And you'll notice that a lot of these are away games. Again, at fields like Maplewood and Morelli, Playstead, these little, matchbox parks basically. But at Westy, I mean, you think, like I said on Thursday, if you think Maplewood is small, Westy makes Maplewood look like, as Anthony Pierce is going to try and butt his way on. It might work here. It might not. 1 down.
Head was in the right place.
I mean, he's not breaking any unwritten rules. He's not breaking up a no-hitter or nothing.
Now batting for the Chiefs, the shortstop, number 61, Hector Payo.
Like I said on Thursday, you think Maplewood is small. Westy makes Maplewood look like the Polo Grounds. At least Westy has a decency for its center field to be deeper than down the lines.
But they put a temporary fence in, don't they?
Yeah, because there's that softball field on the opposite corner of that same patch of turf, and there was a softball event going on at the exact same time. Payo pops this one up, and that landed foul. Some miscommunication there at the end, but a little bit of a reprieve there for the Blue Sox to just have it be a strike, and it'll be 0-2.
We saw Draper, he saw it the whole way, but he had a lot of ground to cover to actually get to it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of ground falling off to the right, and it was sinking quickly too. So like, Alan, you just do that. 2 down. So it'll be up to Rodriguez to try and keep the line moving.
The first baseman, number 43, Ruben Rodriguez Jr.
And Julian Alvarez, the grand slam that he hit against the base, the second of his Blue Sox career and the third for the team this season, and that ties the Blue Sox record for the most grand slams since 2006, which was accomplished in 2018. But fine effort diving up the middle by Charlie Walsh, but gets in to center field for a base hit to continue the inning.
Now batting for the Chiefs, the catcher, number 25, Byron Woodman.
Only the second hit for the Chiefs as this game resumed. And here is Woodman, who flew out to right his first time up. He's one for last time out. He's 1 for 2. Rodriguez with that single is now 2 for 3 over the course of this game. And that one time it wasn't a hit. He did still reach on that error by the shortstop. Fouled off for strike 1. In the bottom of the 6th, the Blue Sox will have the heart of the order due up Anderson, Bosland, and Gabardi. It is a critical game here for both teams. As we come down the home stretch of the Intercity League regular season. Little chopper to third, but that will land foul. 0-2.
Both of these bullpens are throwing cheddar behind us right now. Very distracted.
Well, 2 games already in the books today in the Intercity League, with the Americans beating the Bulldogs 5-0, the Sabres beating the Mad Dogs 7-0. That Sabres win over the Mad Dogs is crucial, as that is a called strike 3, and that'll do it for the bottom of the 6th. Top of the 6th. Do it for the top of the 6th. Because that Sabres win eliminates the Mad Dogs from postseason contention. 5 teams are going to make it, be 5v4 for one game, then that winner that game versus 1, and 2 versus 3 in the other semifinals. Keep it here while the music plays in the background for the fans, and tell you a bit more about what could be at stake here. So the only thing that could be formally clinched tonight would be, would the Mad Dogs be eliminated from postseason contention tonight? And they have been.
Shea Cohen.
Okay, so Shea Cohen is, by the way, it's going to take over on the mound for the Chiefs. We'll tell you more about that in a bit. If the Blue Sox hang on here, they would be at 16-4-1. And they would be at 33 points. The Chiefs would still be 3 points clear of them, but the Blue Sox would have 2 games in hand. The Americans' win ensures that they are still in the hunt to potentially get the number 2 seed. The Expos, 16, 23, 20. Even if the Blue Sox win this game, the Expos also still in the hunt for the 2 seed. But what has been determined is that the Chiefs cannot have gotten a first-round bye and home field advantage in the semifinals. They can't finish worse than the Americans or the Expos. Because they were to lose all of their remaining 3 games, including this one, they would be 18-7. And the best that the Americans could finish is 17-7-1. And the best of the Expos could finish is 16-7-2. The Blue Sox, a win here does not assure them of a first-round bye. We know that much. But 1 seed still in play for the Blue Sox if they win. Even a loss wouldn't necessarily eliminate that, but they'd need Andre to absolutely collapse in their last 2 games. And I don't see that happening with their remaining opponents being ADSL and the Bulldogs. ADSL, I'm sure will give them a fight, but this season, the ICL has dominated interleague play against the Yawkey and Park leagues. Yawk and Parky leagues, my God. What a week, right? Feely, it's Sunday. It's the first day of the week. All right. So, yeah, that's something to consider there. And the Blue Sox, their remaining schedule. This is actually their penultimate home game. They host the Bulldogs tomorrow night, and then they've got the Americans at Morelli Wednesday. Makeup game with the Expos. It's an Expos home game. It'll be in Lexington, but it won't be at LHS. It'll be at Minuteman Tech. And some more to tell you about that, either tonight or another time. And then they will finish up the regular season again here at LHS, but that will be a home game for the East Boston Knights of the Yawkey League. A swing and a miss, and the count will be 1-1 to Nick Anderson. Anderson with a base hit his last time up and stole a base and scored a run. 2-1 is the count to Anderson, to be followed by Bosland and Gabardi. Pop foul and that'll play, and the count will be 2-2. Shea Cohen, new pitcher for the Andre Chiefs. Mrs. Lowe, count will be full. Cohen making his 6th appearance of the season, 0-1. With a 191 ERA in 11 innings of work, allowed 12 hits, 6 runs, 3 of which earned, walked 6, struck out 11. Chop foul. It'll be a full count, 3-2. Still. Cohen last pitch on July 17th against the Malden Mad Dogs, went 2 1/3 innings, allowed no hits, runs, or walks while striking out 2. His only decision, that loss, came all the way back on June 5th against the Americans. Went 3 2/3 innings, allowed 4 hits, 3 earns, three runs, one of which was earned. Walked 3 and struck out 2. Anderson draws a walk. I know that I'm getting the words out of order a little bit here, several times already. But a leadoff walk for the Blue Sox here in the bottom of the 6th. And leadoff double by Walsh is how they got those 4 runs as we resume this game, the bottom of the 3rd tonight. So the continuation of a suspended game only back in June due to a torrent of rain. And Bosland, who was hit by a pitch his last time up, is ahead 1-0. Anderson's going, pitches a strike, throw down to second, not in time. A little bit of arc on that throw there, but a good job to at least prevent it from going into center field. Not quite the seed that we saw earlier that still Vanderzaan was able to get in on. Stolen base for Anderson. 1-2 is the count. So runner in scoring position for the Blue Sox. 1-2 count. Nobody out. Bosland looking to extend this lead. That's downstairs. It gets away, and it kicked off the post. Oh, no, it did not. And it wasn't a wild pitch. It just hit Bosland. That's what happened. That was such a wild ricochet, and saw it nearly go into the Chiefs' dugout. I wonder what would happen there if, well, the ruling would be if That was a wild pitch. Does Anderson get third and then get to come home, or well? I mean, I guess it's a matter of how far would Anderson have gotten in that situation? I mean,
It's a wild pitch.
it will, yeah, it's a wild pitch, but it doesn't matter at this point because it's a dead ball because it hit Boz. But
Yeah, he's been a magnet ever since he called the Blue Sox. His numbers are just getting flunked.
hey, he gets on base.
The left fielder, number 22, Dom Gabardi.
So here's Gabardi. Secret Base did a Dorktown about Brandon Geyer a while ago, and showed how his on base percentage was one of the. He got hit by so many pitches that his on base percentage was one of the best in the American League that one year. But if you took away those hit by pitches, he was one of the worst. Well, 2-0 on a couple of bunt attempts that Gabardi's able to pull back on and try to catch Anderson napping both times. And Anderson can rake, as we have seen all year. Oh, dear. Going to go to third, and that throw's going to be airmail. That's going to bring him another one. Wow. Second two-error play we've seen this game. It is 5-1. Yeah, because Bosland broke late after the throw got into center field. They go to second, they at least have a chance there. But I don't think you're not even if you don't throw it out of play, you're not getting Anderson at the time you're throwing there as that play develops. It is 3-0 to Gabardi. Walk here, worst case scenario, put the double play in order. But remember, still nobody out in the inning. It's the E1 that gets Anderson to third and Bosland to second. It's the E8 that allows Anderson to score and get Bosland to third. 3-1 is the count to Gabardi. And it's ball four. So let's see what Joe Auger can do. Grounded out his first time up.
For the Blue Sox, the extra hitter, number 18, Joe Auger.
Cohen's in his third season with the Andre Chiefs. By innings, he has by far gotten already the most work he has in a season in a Chiefs uniform. 0-1 is the count. Pitched in 3 games in 2022, but only logged 2 2/3 innings. 6 games in 2023, but only 4 2/3 innings. And all things considered, not just the inning count. Throw back to first and able to keep the ball close anyways is Rodriguez to prevent Bosland from coming in the back door. All things considered, Cohen having by far the best year of his career as a Chief. It's 1-1. .191 ERA, 11 strikeouts, both already career bests. We fouled off, shaving his career whip in half. 1-2 the count. If you're a Chiefs fan, you hope this is a sign of things to come. Keep developing some younger players, and upstairs 2-2. Because the Chiefs Blue Sox rivalry, this is the best. I mean, obviously they've only played 2 games against. They only playing 2 games against each other in the regular season. That's swing and a miss for strike 3. But the Chiefs and the Blue Sox at the same time are the best I've seen both teams been since I got back to Mass.
The catcher, number 7, Max Dustin.
You kind of get spoiled when you're a Chiefs and Blue Sox, a Chiefs fan or a Blue Sox fan, and you see these two squads going at it in the ICL Championship Series 6 consecutive years and 7 out of 8, right of summer, almost as much as baseball itself. Then the OWH, Dan Graham, said that before the 2017 season, here's a throwback to first, and again, back safely, is Boston. The OWH, the old warhorse, Dan Graham, said he had a vision before the 2017 season that either the Chiefs or the Blue Sox were not going to make it to the ICL Championship Series that year. He said that he felt the rest of the league was finally starting to catch up with us. And that proved to be true. The Blue Sox made it. The Chiefs did not. In 2017, the then Reading Bulldogs, becoming the first 6 seed in the history of the Intercity League to make it to the finals. And took a powerhouse Blue Sox offense to the absolute limit in Game 3, eventually losing 2-1 in 10 innings and making it a sweep, but did not go quietly. In 2018, the Watertown Reds succumbed to the Blue Sox machine. And in 2019, it was the Alabrandis. 2020, obviously COVID happened. 2021, the Expos join the ICL and a new challenger appears. Oh, that was a ball. Wow, that was. I think it was just caught off guard by not getting the strike call. A stolen base. And Dush is retired.
Now batting the shortstop, number 11, Charlie Walsh.
Two down. Here's Walsh. Double and run scored, leading off the bottom of the 3rd. 1-0 is the count. In the top of the 7th, be the bottom 3rd of the order, due up for the Chiefs. Lopes, Matos, and Beret. Count will be 2-0. Three and 0. With Salima due up next. Cohen comes set. The pitch. Won't get me over fastball there. Now Walsh will go to work. 3-1 with 2 runners in scoring position and 2 down. A 5-1 ball game. Fouled off. 3-2. Grounder up the middle, and that'll get through for a base hit. 1 run scores. Here comes another. It is 7-1. 2-run single for Charlie Walsh. 7-1 Blue Sox.
Now batting for the Blue Sox, designated hitter, number 20, Andrew Salima.
Dave Lightbody coming out to have a chat with Cohen. Yeah, and after the first three reach, and then the strikeouts of Auger and Dushney. Yeah, I mean the errors have been a killer, but I mean, look, every pitcher is going to go through some of these stretches where you just it's hard to find the way to just get over the hump and get out of Dodge, whatever you want to call it, and that it's a skill you're going to have to learn as a pitcher, and sometimes you'll make a perfect pitch and batter will still spoil it for you, or worse yet, turn into an opportunity, cash in big time for his team. But I mean, remember, Nolan Ryan only threw 7 no-hitters out of all the starts he made. He didn't. Cy Young may have the most wins, but he also has the most losses. And hit him? No, it just went straight to the backstop. Be 1-1. Like, you show me someone who's never, made a mistake or lost a game of baseball in their life, and I'll show you someone who needs to turn up the difficulty on his road to the show mode. 1-1 the count with a runner in scoring position. And Salima with a huge cut, but comes up empty, and it'll be 1-2. And a swing and a miss, and that'll do it for the bottom of the 6th. The Blue Sox tack on 3 more and lead 7-1. Closing time for the Blue Sox. Well, the rain is starting to drop a little bit here as we go to the top of the 7th, and the Lexington Blue Sox need 3 more defensive outs to wrap up this win. And I am way off target here, trying to adjust the score bug. Yeah, no, it wasn't even the inning that was the issue. Just trying to make sure it was the right half, and also not put that indicator in the base on the bases segment. Off the end of the bat, fielded at third base, on to first, and quickly one down here in the top of the 7th. So that puts a cap on it for Nolan Lopes. Esteban Santos Fuentes will step to the plate for the Andre Chiefs. He's pinch hitting for Jonathan Matos. And that'll be on the outside corner for strike 1. And I don't know if you folks can hear the raindrops on the umbrella I'm holding over myself and all my precious electronics, but it is starting to pick up a little bit, but not apocalyptically so like it was a month ago. And I'll be outside for ball 1-1-2. Santos Fuentes playing in his 4th game, and this is his first plate appearance for the Chiefs. He has pitched in 3 games. Got the win against the East Boston Knights 2 days ago. 5 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, one of which was earned, walked 6, and struck out 8. From 0-2 to 2-2 to Fuentes, and there is strike 3 called. And the Chiefs are down to their final out in the person of Ryan Beret.
Now batting for the Chiefs, the third baseman, number 35, Ryan Beret.
Beret with a ground out to short his last time up, and he is behind 0-1. I mean, tough pill to swallow, certainly for the Chiefs, being up 1-0 when that game was suspended after 2.5 innings last month, then to be greeted by 4 runs from the Blue Sox as soon as we resumed the game, and then 3 more, and obviously the errors a killer there. Ted Jubo's asking me how many of those runs in that 3rd inning of those 4 runs were earned, and just one of them, it was Charlie Walsh's run. He would have scored anyways on Jimenez's triple if you take away the error on the sac bunt by Salima. But that was the only one of those runs that were earned. Read the top line. It is 3-1. Oh, boy. Yeah, and I don't know if I have the I haven't done the complete score for the game. The point was suspended because of scrambling to make sure everything stayed dry, but that is a large number of errors even in a 7-inning game or even a 9-inning game. But the Blue Sox pick up the win, 7-1.
With the win, Lexington moves to 16-4-1.
They avenge the 1-0 loss. That puts an end actually to the Chiefs' dozen-game winning streak, and unless this counts a June win, and technically the Chiefs' winning streak is intact. But the Blue Sox win 7-1. They are now 15-4-1. 16-4-1. And the Chiefs fall to 18-5. Chiefs still in first place in the ICL, but they only have 2 games remaining now. And the Blue Sox have 4 to try and see if they can vault to first place in the ICL standings going in to the postseason. We'll start some point next week. That's another topic entirely. And the Blue Sox, their home regular season finale tomorrow night, 8 o'clock first pitch against the Lexington Bulldogs, followed by games against the Americans Expos and East Boston Knights to close out the season Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We do not anticipate having coverage of the game Thursday night against the Expos at Minuteman Tech, but we will let you know for sure when we know for sure. But Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we'll see you folks back here on this here YouTube channel as the Blue Sox look to finish the regular season strong. So thanks for watching this presentation of Lexington Blue Sox baseball here on the Blue Sox Baseball Network. Don't forget to subscribe to this here YouTube channel and follow and support the Blue Sox and the Intercity League all season long on the Bird, the Book, and the Gram, and at intercityleaguebaseball.com. Once again, the final score from center field at Lexington High School in Lexington, Mass. It is the Lexington Blue Sox 7 and the Andre Chiefs 1. For all my righty friends here at LHS, my name is Sam Feely. Thanks for tuning in.